Hey, what's good, guys? This is the Couch Pundies here. Back at it again with a bit more sensitive, serious topic. Obviously, if you're not hiding under a rock, you would know that the coronavirus outbreak, big thing that's happening in the world right now. Obviously, it's affecting everything, man. Affecting economies, affecting people's lives, health, even affecting football matches, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Juventus had to play Juventus versus
One of the
Inter,
biggest
which is one of the
games.
biggest
They had
games
to
in
play
Italy.
behind closed doors
Had to,
because
you know
of
what I
that.
mean? Because of so we obviously football lovers and we don't like such things happening. It affects the game, and I read somewhere that where they were saying that Sir Alex Ferguson might not be allowed to go watch Man U play because it obviously affects the older people. Once you're in the 70s, it affects you more. Your recovery rate is very slim to nothing.
Because they got weak immune system.
And I don't know about you guys, but I really like seeing Bobby Charlton and Sir Alex Ferguson in the stands whenever Man United. I feel like they are lucky charms. So it's a very serious thing, man. So we're obviously going to go through a couple of stuff that we're not. By the way, we're not medical.
We're not medical people. We don't know what we're talking about,
Yeah,
but just
just
guys the basic. Wash
the
your
basics,
hands.
you know what I mean?
Don't shake hands. But also on the not shaking hands, I'm like, guys, don't just say it for the sake of just saying it. I mean, this weekend, not Pep, it was Klopp. He went and he did the elbow handshake
With a guy
with the baggage handler. But the baggage handler took out the bag, holding it with his own hands, where the same handle where then Klopp goes and holds it. So it defeats the purpose.
Defeats the purpose.
Also defeats the purpose if you're not going to greet the players during the initial walk.
Tackle and swap sweat with during the match. I mean,
and then once you've sweat and done all of that at the end of the game, you shake hands with them.
hugging, and I feel like that's the worst time because obviously you're sweating, you know what I mean? You're hyperventilating because you've been running throughout the match. So guys, just from our point of view, we feel like everybody should be safe. Wash your hands. And obviously the stigma around it, man, it just makes it a very difficult thing.
By the way, guys, I mean, not everybody's dying. It's only 3% of the people that die. So it's not that daily. So if you feel that you might be exposed, get yourself checked out. You might just get the proper medication in time.
Exactly.
And save your life, man.
Save your life. Because I think I was watching a video from actual doctors saying that the problem with the coronavirus is that it's the medical world does not know a lot about it. That's why it's traveling at the rate that it is because we don't know a lot about it, And actually they said that on that video that more people actually die from the common cold than they do from the coronavirus.
It was actually, they said 500,000 people die from a normal common cold than the 3.5 that have died from coronavirus.
So I guess it's just back to hygiene again. Wash your hands. Wash your hands properly, disinfect as much as you can, and look after the kids, man.
And by the way, another thing, they said don't cough into your hands because then you use your hands to spread the germs. Cough into your elbow, much more safer. So yeah, guys, we're the Couch Pundies. We're not just about football. We also care about your health. So keep safe.
I think that right back's something different. I think Aaron is brilliant. He wins.
You look emotional, mate. I'm with you. Go on, let it out.
He wins that ball so much. Brilliant.
What?
It's the Couch Pundies. What's up, gents? That's
so I'm a lie to you. Man City fans know why. R.I.P. Anyway, guys, welcome to Couch Pundies. It's just two-man show today. Your boy K-Mac, me obviously. So yeah, man, we're gonna talk about the EPL, English Premier League, man.
English Premier League.
Hey,
we'll talk about the Champions League. We'll talk about the Man U derby. I call it the Man U derby.
It is. It's a Manchester United derby.
The other team is just part of the derby lately. Well, so let's get it kicking. We'll start with what happened over the weekend. Oh, Arsenal won 1-0.
The Gunners.
They only nowadays, eh? But let's talk about that goal. I mean, VAR.
Obviously, it was a goal. It was reviewed. It was a goal. And I think it's very important. I think I said this in a show where Liverpool were playing Man City. I think it was when Liverpool were playing Man City earlier in the year, and then obviously Liverpool won. When the Liverpool players carried on playing, Because what
I remember
yeah,
that
I
for the
remember
handball.
that. Yeah, the handball. Man City players were up in arms. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Liverpool just carried on playing the game because the whistle never went. So it's very important that you know. I feel like coaches need to reiterate that to their players. Guys, play to the whistle, man. This thing, and it pisses me off all the time because even when like I'm watching teams play and then they start going, don't go to the ref, just play to the whistle.
Play to the whistle.
Don't.
But also linesman, this VAR, dude.
And it's been said so many
Lift
times.
it up, like just relax. It will be reviewed anyway.
Anyway, yeah, it doesn't
legal
matter
or not.
because even in the Manchester Derby, the linesman actually raised his flag. Ref looked, blew the whistle, and I always think that it's been said if it's not a clear, obvious offside, don't
Let it
raise
go.
your flag. It will be reviewed. It's not a problem. It's not a big thing.
It's like also the Martial's goal. Somebody could have looked at it and said it was offside, but you don't raise the flag because there's VAR, and then if it's a offside, it will be judged as offside. But I know Arsenal ain't complaining.
Anyway,
and
man,
if you don't
big up
know,
to
my
Arsenal,
man Boy
man.
Trev is rocking his Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, came out
Ever
of the
since we
kist.
done the show, it's the first time he's rocking an
Arsenal
Arsenal
shit is out
shirt.
of the kist, and I saw my boy Chico there, you know, tweeting all of a sudden, you know, like telling us that who he loves, blah blah, retweeting Phew FC. Phew.
But I keep saying, for me, I hope Arsenal really get the momentum so they can buy a few players. Because Arsenal's always going to be in a soft spot. You know, if you watched EPL for a while, you want Arsenal fighting for the top four. You know they're not going to win, but you just want them fighting for the top four. You know?
I mean, no offense to I mean, teams like Leicester and Spurs and whatnot, but
They're not the traditional.
yeah, you know, it's not traditional softball, and I guess the game is always going to change, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we want. I'm okay with them, you know, battling for top four spots, but it needs to be, you know, the big team still needs to be
The brand, yeah.
you know, the brand. I mean, it's going to be good for English football when you know, Arsenal's, your Man United's, your Liverpool's, your Chelsea's, you know, they play in the Champions League because I feel those brands, the brands alone, you know, they
Makes it nice also for Tuesday night football. Nobody wants to watch like Leicester versus PSG game, but Arsenal versus PSG game just gets that much more.
you know, it gets that much attention.
Yeah.
It just gets
And talking about those Tottenhams and stuff, Mourinho keeps catching L's, bro.
I feel like Mourinho is being Mourinho about things again, and this is that.
But he's got a peppy team this time.
If you thought the team he had at Man United was bad, this is terrible. I mean, this team is terrible.
the team itself is terrible.
No, it's terrible.
like-
It's terrible. And unfortunately for him, two of his best players are both injured at the same time.
One
and,
is
and that's,
the other
you know what I mean?
one is like
and obviously with Eriksen being so, I mean that Bergwijn, that he's good, but you know he cannot in any way fill the void.
He's those kids that he's got the potential, but he's not there.
Yeah, he needs.
He's not at
He
that
needs. He
level.
needs. I think if he has a season where he actually plays along Song, Harry Kane, Eriksen, you know, they can actually help him build his game because Dele Ali is on and off all the damn time, and you know. And it obviously beckons the question, man. How many more losses before they start going hashtag? You know, EPL people, man. They're quick with the hashtag.
They are quick with the hashtags,
Yeah.
but for me, I think Spurs must suck it up. Forget about this league. Once they've forgotten about, okay, not the league, just this term. Just suck it up, guys. Like you've lost this
season.
It's over. The season's over. You might as well forget about the league. It's not like you won it. So, but the season's over. I mean, if you make it into the Europa League places, all good and well. That's where you belong. And then just buy a few
Exactly.
a few good players. Give Mo what he wants.
Yeah.
I always say, bro, if you
Rebuild.
give Mo what he wants, there's a good team. There's a good chance you will be contending if you give him what he wants.
And I tend to listen to this whole entire debate and argument of getting to top four football, you get the good players. I honestly don't believe. I believe that there's a certain level of quality of players that will only want to play Champions League, and that's fine. It's their prerogative, and they're allowed to do that. But that whole dimension that you need to be in Champions League in order for you to get I don't think that's true. I just think that people, scouters, recruiters, and everybody's surrounded in recruiting players. They've become lazy. They want the obvious pick. Do you understand? You want that obvious big name pick, and because football is such a business, they understand these people will be able to sell shirts and this and that and this and that. But in terms of getting a good quality team, if you look at a team like Wolves don't have any superstar signings. They've got good players, they've got a good coach, which is what Mourinho is. Do you understand? They've got good players, they've got a good coach, and they just needed somebody to glue the whole system together, and that's exactly what Nuno did. He did it very well. So I think for Spurs' sake, they need Champions League will be something that's not right for them at this present moment, because they need to rebuild that side. And if they're going to Champions League, it's going to put unnecessary pressure.
Because also you see, also on the point of scouts, and guys, any team in the EPL's got the drawing power to draw your second-rate level best players. Reason being, EPL, you need to proposition to players like, bro, you're going to play in the EPL. The whole world is going to know who you are.
Exactly.
You kill it at Tottenham in the EPL, you become top rank, the next best thing, because of the eyes that are there. I mean, if a guy goes and like a Timo Werner, we know him because we are deep into football. But you take an average person, they won't know who
Timo Werner is. You're right.
But then you take a Mason Mount, way less than Tim, but because he plays in the EPL, even a normal person knows who he is, so his brand. So you can proposition and say, listen, go play for Tottenham. They're going to be playing in the Europa League, but trust me, like nobody knows Carrasco. We know him because we love football.
Exactly.
We know how good he is.
Perfect.
You understand?
Perfect. He's a brilliant footballer. He's a brilliant football mind. He's a brilliant footballer. And there's a lot of examples we can delve into. We can delve like Juninho. He played at PSG.
He played at Lyon.
He played at Lyon. The guy is a genius. Anybody who really follows football will know who Juninho is. But because he never played in the EPL. But ask people who Michi Butswai is. They know who Michi Butswai is.
See what I mean?
You understand what I'm saying?
So going to that point,
and that's not a shot at you, Chelsea fan. I was just making an example.
But speaking about that, Chelsea did well. 4-0 smashing Everton. That was
a brilliant performance from them. Unfortunately, I only saw the game today when I was like watching reviews. That was a brilliant performance from Chelsea. I think that was one of their best performances ever. Mason Mount was involved. They actually, like, going forward, they were very lethal. And that's one thing that Chelsea always struggles with, is to kill games off. They know how to start game with momentum, go at teams, put pressure. But the fact is that they never know. Let's say they
can't control.
They can't control the game. They can
till the end.
Chelsea can score 2 goals and teams can come back and equalize and sometimes lose the match. But this time they actually managed to kill them off. They hit Everton by the knees. And but despite everything else, Everton is a good team. They've got a very good manager. I think tactically he got it wrong there and there. But Chelsea they performed very well, and I think they needed this boost.
But speaking about that, I mean, we've been getting these big name managers not really pulling the weight, not really adding that. Because I mean, if you get a Mourinho, you get a Ancelotti, you're expecting magic, expecting them to give players that extra 20% that they might not have naturally. But that's not happening. It's like.
But in all fairness,
it's as if they're better off leaving. What was the guy's name? McLaren. Oh, there was the old legend, Everton.
He's actually the assistant coach. I think they should have left him there, and I think we need to start transitioning from names in terms of coach. I mean, we've had the same group of coaches that have dominated football for the past 10 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? And Barcelona has experimented with a few that have went very wrong. But the transition needs to happen. I mean, like what's happening at Man United, what's happening at Real Madrid, what's happening at Chelsea, what's happening at Arsenal. I think we need to start moving. So the coaching needs to be, young,
modern age,
Pep Guardiola, because those guys actually, if you actually watch Chelsea play. On a good day, like they did against Everton, they're very exciting to watch. Like I was like, wow, wait, Mason Mount. I always thought Mason Mount was a useless. Honestly, it's like for me, he was, bruh, the guy is like the white version of Jesse Lingard, But watching him play against Everton, he was brilliant. He was running off the ball. He was making, there was actually a volley that he forced to save out of Pickford. Pickford saved it. I don't know how, but. it's always exciting to watch people that are emotionally invested into teams, coaching the team, you know, because it makes it much more of a bigger deal than just
people are not there
job.
for jobs.
Yeah, it makes it bigger than just a job. Do you understand? Because Zidane knows what it feels like we're in the.
And even if you look at the guys that have been successful, your Frank Rijkaard, you take your Pep, you take your Zidane, you take your Contes, it's like people that were emotionally invested in those specific teams at that specific time. It had a touch to it, you know. But even with Ole, I mean, Ole for me, he's an average coach, but because he's passionate about Man United, he's kind of like successful to a certain point of view. But anyway, guys, I mean, let's go to the big one. Man City versus Man United. It ended 2-0. There was a guy here a few weeks back who was on some. I whooped them.
I actually hope Trevor incorporates that thing somewhere but my down here, nyana, like block nyana.
Like right there.
Block nyana, but my nyana.
If you want to see what we're talking about, go to Couch Pundies, check on our media, you'll see the video.
Exactly. So I mean, it beckons. You know, for me personally, I understand. Like Man City will come up with all the excuses in the world as to why it was not important for them to win the game. But that just shows to you how small-minded that team is. That's a derby, bruh. Nobody gives a rat's ass. We are not playing for
winning the league. Everybody knows the league.
A derby is a derby, and you need. The fans are saying that it wasn't important. Bernardo Silva, after the game, there was an interview. He said it was unacceptable. Do you understand? Because it means that much to the players. I know the fans are hurt, and I understand when you're hurt, we make up excuses. Like, but that game was not important. If that game was not,
get a shot.
If that game was not important,
we shoot them.
Why didn't we play against your second team?
Yeah, that's true.
If that game was not that important, why did you guys risk bringing back Edison if it was not that important?
And even if it wasn't, I mean, Pep wouldn't have made the subs to try and take over the game. But I think he had his team all wrong.
It was.
I mean, he plays through the wing, and the right wing, there was nothing going on up until Mahrez came in. Foden was not doing anything on the right-hand side. He was just... The boy's a baller. Williams was running up front and getting into shots because there's no attack on the right hand side.
Exactly.
And it's like, for me, Pep just got it wrong. Sure, maybe you missed that you didn't have. I'm sure you didn't have the brainer, but I mean, come on. Still, you're a top team. You should still play without him.
You know what? For me, I feel like Man City let themselves down this season. And I'll tell you why. Not because you lost against Man United. Not
3 times.
Whip your ass. We don't play with boys. Small boys. As Chelsea. But not. I just feel like for a team that has so much depth, a team that has so many good players, there isn't an excuse. And I'm not making an excuse for Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. We don't have the quality players that Man City has. Do you understand? Not even Liverpool has the quality of players that Man City has. Yeah. So I need to understand what went wrong. And the Emerick Laporte excuse needs to go out the window, guys. One player, one defender.
The coach also, why are you making Fernandinho defend? The guy was out of nowhere. Like, yo.
Otamendi, bro. Like, Man City were getting it wrong. Otamendi is good at, if you're going to pass the ball, it's a corner and you square the ball into the box, Otamendi is the most dangerous guy. He might be useless defending, but in those situations, even against when we played Man City away, he scored a header. He came in, scored that, but he was furious at them because they kept on putting it out to the side and trying to play it back in. And you want, guys, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is fast. He is very fast. Oh. It won't work. It will never work.
That guy's got something against Sterling.
Puts him in his pocket. And I saw some Man City boy was like, any defender will be quality against Raheem Sterling right now. That's nonsense. Guy, that's nonsense. Raheem Sterling is a quality player. He's going through a slump. But even when Mahrez came in, Bissaka shut him down, bro.
But why did Mahrez not start? Like,
he should have started.
He was like causing havoc.
And for the first time in my life, I actually saw Ole making an actually tactical move. because usually he's like, guys, go out there, have fun. You know what I mean? And then they go out and have fun and win games. Most of the times. But at the time, where he switched, where he took out Brandon Williams
and he put in
took out and put in Eric Bailly, and then he was like Luke Shaw, sit on that bloody Mahrez, because Mahrez was causing troubles ever since he came in, and even at moments Mahrez, the way Shaw shut him down, Mahrez actually switched to the other side, and that was a terrible mistake. He should have actually stuck with Shaw.
That side.
He's got a better chance of outfoxing Shaw than he does at Pisaka is a machine.
Yeah,
like
for
that boy.
defending that boy.
You guys can talk all you want about because he doesn't spam 50 crosses into the box. It's fine. He's a conventional.
But he needs to work on his final third because he's got the pace, he's got the skill to take on players. It's just like the part that led to the penalty. What he did there is like, I don't know. It's like, but I don't know if Ole is the guy to work on him working on his attacking part. But if he was to work on his attacking, he'd be world class. Like,
but he you know what I like about him? He improves each game. He's getting better and better. Because when he first came to Man United, I was like, okay, this kid is not going to go forward. He can't go forward. He must just defend. But then obviously the game right now demands your fullbacks
to go forward.
To go forward, you understand? He's not a Diego Dalot. He won't give you that pass and whatnot. But one thing that he does offer you at the back is solid. And especially if you're playing against a pacey guy like Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, you understand? And for me, I feel like ever since Bruno Fernandes came into it, he kind of there's moments where he's always talking, and he passes and he talks to him. You understand? He tells him that go there, and it's not a difficult thing for him to work on because he's got the pace.
He's got it. Yeah.
He's got the pace. He's got the
stamina.
He's got the stamina, and he's very skillful. The problem is that he obviously tends to overdo. Do you understand? He does too much for where he is in the attacking.
He gets confused. Like that's why I say he needs to just work on that because he gets confused. But like I said, dude, Daniel James for me was my man of the match. That kid was
that kid gets too much flack.
He gave his heart out.
That kid gets too much flack, and I don't understand why. In a team of Man United's quality, we don't have the right to judge a boy who gives 110%.
Yeah, he plays his heart out.
He's young. I think he's 21. I think his decision making generally lets him down at that age. But he is creating those. He is giving defenders a headache.
But for me, because he's so active and he's so out there, it makes Martial have enough space to be Martial. And that's why you guys on. Because I swear, if Daniel James was not there, Martial was gonna be like stuck because everybody's gonna be focusing on him. But now you got this nuisance
who just keeps kicking the ball and running forward, bro.
It gives the defenders have something to think about. But something I caught, like, guys, come on. The goal was beautiful from the free kick and all, but to come say that was planned at the training ground, come on. That was just seen for there's a pass. And come on, that was all planned.
But I feel like the chemistry between Martial and Bruno is starting to take shape, and that's something that we've been missing at Man United. We've been missing those combinations. I remember
Pogba's been injured.
I remember
been stitching out the pass.
I remember the obviously since I think post Sir Alex Ferguson, we've only had a couple of the Wayne Rooney and Van Persie combination that was very deadly. And then you got the Pogba and Zlatan Ibrahimovic combination. That was just insane. Yeah, so that we missed that. And as soon as Pogba and Rashford were starting to build something, one always gets injured. Do you understand? So I'm glad that we've got this this bromance, building between the two gens, because it just it makes the team more deadly, because one is always going to look for
the run and the one's going to pass the run.
And then,
but talking about that, I was happy Man City played crap, because I told niggas, I was like, dude, Madrid's going to come back, and people were like, but you could see the way they were playing is going to come back. So with that coming through, we're moving into the Champions League.
Wait, I'm going to touch on something. Bruno Fernandes actually told me to keep. He was like, shh, keep quiet, you're a small boy. So that, you see that message there. So every time a Man City fan thinks of, saying something to me, just go watch that video. Just shh, keep calm. You're a small boy. You can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna tell you. I wanna just squeeze this in there before we jump to the Champions League. Is that guys, Man City are coming up with all the excuses to why blah blah blah, and we shouldn't be celebrating. Guys, I personally respect Man City for the team that they've become. I understand who they were. Like, I didn't really give a rat's ass about Man City. But then they've become such a good team. That's why we celebrated winning against you guys, and that's why we celebrated beating you guys. It's not because you guys have. Yes, we are aware that we are not where we used to be, but for the fact that we've beaten a team as good as that, do you understand? Twice, home and away.
Was a great coach.
You know what I mean? With a brilliant coach and with our PE teacher. Speaks volume, guys. Speaks volume. So
I just said, Man City keep catching L's, especially in the Champions League. But Edison, just show the way you were keeping against Manchester.
Beautiful assist, bro. Love it.
Do the same against Madrid. But like we said, you're going to the Champions League. It's this week, guys. It's really the big one.
Big one where?
Not the big one. I mean,
the Liverpool versus.
You got these kids on some. I was listening to a tweet that was saying Man City and Liverpool might win all the trophies on offer, and they listed all of that nonsense from the Community Shield to the Carabao Cup to the World Club Cup to all of that, and then they were like Man City or Liverpool for the Champions League, and I'm like, wait, because I'm pretty sure Tottenham is out of the Champions League tomorrow. They're probably going to lose. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Liverpool is going to draw against Atletico Madrid and get marked out.
Personally, I don't think either team mentally right now has the capacity to go all the way, and I don't know. Like, I still think Liverpool are gonna somehow go through the next round, but I think that's as far as they go, especially with the way that they've performing recently. It's very questionable. Do you understand?
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying is that very lately they've been very questionable. They've been lucky with their wins. I mean, against that, look now, they almost lost against Bournemouth. At the end of the day, it was smash and grab.
Watford clapped them, Chelsea clapped them,
and at the end of the day, so when you're gonna go play against a compact Atletico Madrid, who's not afraid to play the ball, I mean, I don't see it coming back.
I don't know, but even if they personally, and this is obviously, I'm not speaking. I personally think that they don't have the capacity to beat Atletico, like doesn't go in there and body the game and win it. I don't think they do. I still think that they'll win. I don't know how, because the way that they've been playing lately, they don't seem like they have that passion and hunger anymore.
And they fatigued because it's been the same
obviously
11. And something we said from the beginning of the show,
because you're right.
Way back, we did say what happens when
they are very fatigued. They're very fatigued. Virgil van Dijk is making silly mistakes. Like he's making mistakes that are costing the team. Do you understand? He is the leader.
But I think it's the Virgil and Gomez partnership. I don't think he trusts Gomez that much.
Because Gomez is not a good defender, and I've said this a lot of times. And they're like, yeah, but he's better than Harry Maguire. You're talking. He's not a good defender. The boy's not a good defender.
What happened to Matip?
He's injured, apparently.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, so it was a failure to rotate from him.
But who do you rotate? That's the thing with Liverpool.
I guess that's what we've been saying.
Who do you?
We always told him. But you bought Minamoto and he was a great ass player. And then
you should have left him. You should have left him where he was. You should have left
him and then just take him at the beginning of the year.
I saw him when he was playing. He was dead against Chelsea. Dead.
And people are not blaming him now for doing.
No. You can't blame that lady. That lady was he walked into a winning side. Those boys are supposed to be making him better, not the other way around. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy is coming from the same.
Where's Naby Keita? Is he injured?
He's injured again because players are overplayed. Do you understand? And I swear Ox is going to be next. Ox is very fragile.
Yeah,
and he's been playing a lot.
Stick man.
Yeah, do you understand? He's very fragile.
So you're saying Liverpool's going to take. What's your prediction?
I think they'll win a 2-1.
But they still lose 2-1.
Oh, crap. You guys didn't score away. Oh.
No,
but if they
haven't scored 2 goals. That's why 2 clear goals.
Unreplied.
2 unreplied goals.
So they have to win 2-0. Nah, I don't see. Not with that defense. No, with that I feel if Joel Matip was fit, they more solid at the back. But they're letting in goals for fun right now. Do you understand? So I don't see them stopping. I don't see them stopping Atletico from scoring. It's gonna be difficult. Guys, you're gonna have to score like 4 or 5 goals.
Well, it could happen. It would be a nice game if it happens. But I still think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw. Then we got PSG versus Dortmund. On paper, it's a great game. If PSG come to the game, it's like a great game because we know Dortmund's gonna come for it. We don't know if who's gonna show up for PSG. PSG, we don't know.
You know what? As far as cable fights are concerned, this is a very big one,
And it's 2-1. So
it's a very big one because of the names that are in both sides: Erling Haaland, Jadon Sancho, Marco Reus, Kylian Mbappe, Neymar Jr. Do you understand? Like, I could go on for days, guys. I could go for Mario Icardi. I could go on for days, guys.
But I'm seeing PSG coming back.
Do you? I don't.
They're going to away goal. I think they're going to come back.
I feel like that boy scores for fun. I think the problem, if they're able to shut that boy,
Even if he scores, I still think PSG at home are going to score more than 2 goals.
Yeah, but that boy scored 2 goals also. Dude, that PSG side got beaten by that Man United B side at home, bro. They're not solid at home, bro. It doesn't.
Yeah, but like I said, PSG, bro, they definitely good. I think they're gonna come through.
Listen,
I think they've got enough on paper to come through.
I bet the defense is pop, eh?
The defense is bad, but I think that they will come through. And looking at it, I mean, you've got, like I said, Tottenham. I don't think we talk much about Tottenham. They just pop. They're going through a lull right now. The sooner they get out the Champions League, the
better for them, actually.
I mean, and obviously Atalanta, Valencia. Atalanta's 4-1 up. There's no way.
I think that was a very late game for Atalanta to score 4 goals. Very impressive, and hopefully they have a magical season the same way that Ajax did, you know, because it's good for players, you know, because then we quite those are the type of players that I'm talking about, that you spot players in such sides. They'll move to the EPL, you know, for a dime a dozen. But then is Chelsea playing this week?
No, Chelsea's not playing this week. That's just those 4 games.
So it's those 4 games
that we spoke about.
So my prediction is that Borussia go through, Liverpool go through, Atalanta go through.
Borussia go through, Liverpool go through,
Atalanta.
And there's one more. And Tottenham, Red Bull's going through.
Nah, they're in a bad place, man. And Timo Werner is on fire at the moment, so I don't see.
Okay, I agree with you, except I'm saying Liverpool's going out, and Dortmund's going out.
So you don't agree with me?
I agree with you with the obvious ones. But like we said, guys, this is the Couch Party. We got biased opinions, but don't come at us with facts. We biased here. This is all biased. You don't even need to back up your stuff.
Don't copy us with your stats.
Don't tell us about at 12 o'clock you won during the day, whatever nonsense.
Don't bore us with that crap. You don't care about that crap.
Yeah.
We watch football. And we gonna say whatever the hell we want to say.
And the thing is, when we're wrong, we don't care because we're biased.
Because we're biased. And we'll come back
and Arsenal is a big team.
You see, that's how biased we are. That's how biased we are.
There's a reason why I didn't want to come on camera for that. I also wouldn't want to come on camera after saying something so.
Yeah, guys, and like I said, guys, we biased and we show that we make a lot of you mad when you listen to us. So if you want to come defend yourself, if you want to come tell us what you think, how wrong we are, hit us up, come to the show. But you know what you gotta do: share, subscribe, like the videos, comment on the videos, and man, share the damn videos with your peeps, man.
Videos, man. Why you?
Let's pick up the subscribers, man. It's gonna kill you.
Before we kill the show, I'm just gonna. I have a personal request from all these editing dudes. Can somebody please edit a video where Scott McTominay scores that goal in the rain against Pep Guardiola's 500 million squad and put that Titanic music? I wanna see something.
Peace out.
Peace, guys.
Cheers, man.